I said mine too.
Yeah.
Oh, huge.
Okay, good morning, everybody. It's 9 o'clock, so let's get started with the Town of Hiram's 2025 annual town meeting. First, last night, I'd like to thank the ballot clerks, Dawn South Cooper and Allison Bahoulier. And thank you to Sylvia Pease for being the deputy moderator last night for the election that happened from 4 to 8 p.m. Appreciate everybody being here this morning. When you walked in, if you didn't grab a town report, please grab one if you need one. And also there's a budget comparison between last year's voted and expense and then this year's proposed, showing the differences. So it's a handy little cheat sheet to have as we move throughout our articles this morning. As a reminder, just in case of an emergency, please take note where our emergency exits are throughout the room. And the bathrooms are located just down the hallway. And we'll take a short break somewhere around 10:30-ish, wherever it makes sense as we move through the warrant. Let's please stand and let's get started with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. On page 32 of our the town report, we have listed all the folks that we've lost this year in town. So please let's have a moment of silence for those folks. Thank you. As mentioned, there was an election last night. The results of last night's election are Corey Hale, 36 votes for Selectman, Assessor, Overseer of Report to a 3-year term. Declared write-in, Ken Harmon, 7 votes. And then finally we had 2 other write-ins. For the MSAD School Board Director, a 3-year term, Allison Lahoulier with 14 write-in votes, and then 7 other scattered write-in votes. Quick congratulations to Corey and Allison. So if there's no objection, I will be using the main moderator's manual as a guide in supervising the conduct of our meeting this morning. Is there an objection to me doing that? Thank you. If there's no objection, we'd like to use a show of hands with the yellow paper, unless otherwise required by law. Is there any objection raising your hand with the yellow paper to vote? Thank you. As we proceed through the articles of the warrant, I will read the article aloud, as well as recommendations, and then ask if someone will make a motion on the article. Once a motion has been made, I will ask for a second. At that time, and it's appropriate to discuss the article. In order for everyone to hear, especially at home on TV too, and to keep the process running smoothly during our discussions, please wait to be recognized by me, and the ballot clerks have a microphone that they'll be running around to whoever would like to speak. If possible, please stand to speak and state your name, and then speak to the article at hand. When speaking, please address me, and do not address others in the crowd. And please just stick to the article at hand, asking questions to clarify or stating your position and why. With regards to amendments, if you wish to propose an amendment to an article, then you may do so. The motion to amend does require a second. Upon receiving the second, the amendment is open for discussion, and then upon the amendment being moved, the amendment will then be voted on. When it has been determined there's an equal opportunity for those who wish to speak, I will ask for a vote. If at any point I have not done so, but the group is ready to vote on an article, any person may move the question. To move the vote, you can simply move the question and it must receive a second. Do we have any non-residents that wish to speak at today's meeting? If so, please stand up, identify yourself as to what you're here to speak on.
Good morning. My name is Mark Bolton. I'm here as a representative of the Soccer Rescue Board of Directors. I'm a resident of Town Employer, and I hope you give me the opportunity to speak if so required. I hope to say nothing at all.
Are there any objections to, oh, sorry. No, that's okay. And go ahead.
Sherry Dunning. I am a representative of the Saco River Corridor Commission. And if there are any questions related to water quality monitoring report or the organization in general, I am happy to provide some information. But Dan here is also very well versed.
Okay, great. Anybody else from out of town that wishes to speak this morning at the meeting? Is there anybody that objects to letting Mark or Sherry speak at this morning's meeting at the appropriate articles? Okay, thank you.
Picture it.
All right, I think that's, any more housekeeping? Can you hear me without the microphone, or would you prefer the microphone?
Yeah, I'm seeing some pin bombs back there, so. Yeah, that's okay. You can speak like this.
Want me to hold it for you?
That would be more awkward. Okay. All right. Well, great. Seeing no further housekeeping and everyone's assembled, I think we can start the warrant here. We've been through the town meeting notes. So laid before the Hiram town meeting, Article 3, to see if the town will vote to appropriate the snowmobile reimbursement received from the state to the Sockmead Snowdrifters Club. Municipal officers recommend to appropriate the snowmobile reimbursement from the state. 2024 reimbursement $622 found on page 30. 2025 reimbursement $470. Do I have a motion?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on Article 3? Being no discussion at this time, I'd like to call for a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Article 4, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate $148,838 for the Sockby Rescue Unit per their request as follows. Sockby Rescue's account operating account, $138,838. Sockby's Rescue Reserve account, $10,000, totaling $148,838. Municipal offers recommend to raise and appropriate $138,838 for operations and $10,000 for the reserve account. This can be found on pages 28 and 37. Can I have a motion? Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'd like to call for a vote. All those in favor? All those opposed? Thank you. Motion carries. Article 5, to see if the town will vote to appropriate the franchise fees and any other grants received from Spectrum Incorporated to Sockby Valley Media Tech, also known as Sockby TV, for the purchase and maintenance of equipment and for operating costs. The municipal officers recommend to do so. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'd like to hear from the yeas. Thank you. And the noes.
Thank you. Well, Article 5 carries. Article 6, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $39,864 for the following outside agencies per their requests. A long list here. Municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate $39,864. This can be found on pages 25, 28, 29, 30, and 38 in the town report. Can I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none? All in favor? Thank you. Any opposed? Thank you. Article 6 carries. Administration articles. Article 7, to see if the town will vote to authorize the municipal officers to spend an amount not to exceed 3/12 of the budget amount in each budget category of the 2025 annual budget during the period from January 1st, 2026 to March 2026 annual town meeting. The explanation, this article legalizes municipal expenditures made after the fiscal year but before the annual town meeting. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor? Thank you. Any opposed? Article 7 carries. Article 8, to see if the town will authorize the municipal officers to dispose of tax-acquired property by a quitclaim deed, be either A, offering the property to the former owners, or, if deceased, to his, her, their heirs, devisees, personal representative for a price equal to all outstanding taxes, interest, fees, and costs. Or B, using the process required by 36 MRSA 94.3C, provided that if the board is unable to list or sell the property as required by 94.3C, the board may sell the property through a competitive bid process in which a notice advertising the sale of the property shall be published at least twice in a newspaper of general circulation in the county and the local shopping guide. For sales other than to the former owner, excess sale proceeds, as defined in state statutes, shall be returned to the former owner. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, seeing no discussion, proceed to a vote. Can I see a show of hands from all in favor? Thank you. And those against? Article 8 carries. Article 9, to see if the town will vote to authorize a tax collector or treasurer to accept prepayments of taxes not yet committed pursuant to 36 MRSA 506, and to set the rate of interest at 2% that the town will vote to pay thereon and appropriate said amount from interest account. Prepayments not to exceed 90% of the previous year's tax. The municipal officers recommend to pay 2% on any prepaid taxes.
Motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, I'll proceed to a vote. Okay, see a show of hands. All those in favor? Thank you. And those opposed? Thank you. Article 9 carries. Article 10, to see if the town will vote to charge 7.5% of interest on unpaid taxes and set the date for interest to commence 60 days after the 2025 commitment date. The municipal officers recommend 60 days after the 2025 commitment date and interest rate of 7.5%. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor of Article 10, please raise your hands. Thank you. And all those opposed to Article 10. Thank you. Article 10 carries. Article 12, to see if the town will vote to set the interest rate of 2% to be paid by the town on abated taxes pursuant to 36 MRSA Section 506-A, and authorize the municipal officers to appropriate from the 2025 overlay abated taxes to any property owner that have paid their taxes prior to approval of the abatement. Municipal officers recommend 2% for 2025. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Thank you. Article 12 carries. Article 13, to see if the town will vote to authorize the municipal officers to use a portion of the undesignated fund balance account not to exceed $75,000 to reduce the current year tax commitment. Municipal officers recommend to do so. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All right, seeing no discussion, I'd like to proceed to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. And all those opposed? Article 13 carries. Article 14, to see if the town will vote to accept any and all types of gifts, trusts, grant funds, and/or income generated from town-owned properties that are in the best interest of the town to disperse funds as intended, and any interest earned on any trust in accordance with provisions therein. Any income generated on town-owned property to be put into the recreational land account. Municipal officers recommend to do so. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All right. Seeing no discussion, I'll proceed to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. And all those opposed? Article 14 carries. Article 15, to see if the town will vote to authorize the municipal officers to transfer funds from budget accounts that have unexpended balances at the end of 2025 calendar year to the budget accounts that have overruns at the end of the 2025 calendar year, provided that any such transfer is approved at a properly called public meeting of the municipal officers. The town auditor recommends to do so. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Noted. Article 16 carries. I'm sorry, Article 15 carries. Moving on to Article 16. To see if the town will vote to authorize the municipal officers to accept any and all interest earned on checking accounts, reserve accounts, money market accounts, and saving accounts, and disperse said interest and apply a portion to the current year taxes. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Question.
Hold on 1 second, please. Just
Oh,
Can the selectmen explain the vagueness of a portion? Like what is, it says apply a portion, and I'm just unclear about the intent here.
I think it's the intent to apply
I
all
didn't know
of
if we
it.
could get a, could we get the mic over to Hiram?
Thank you. I think it's always our intent to apply all of it. I think it's vague. I don't know why it's vague. I didn't write the law, but we have to pass it in order to apply it, rather than let it keep earning interest.
It's technically because we don't know the exact figures, Brett, because we apply what we assume it will be, but we try not to overestimate. Interest rates are changing.
Gotcha. So it's a decision made ahead of the year rather than retroactive.
It's a decision made right around commitment time. We see how much money we've
I got you.
collected and we estimate what we're going to collect in the next 6
got
months
it.
and go from there.
Any further discussion on Article 16? Okay, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Thank you. Article 16 carries. Article 17, to see if the town will vote to authorize the municipal officers to dispose of any town-owned personal properties they deem necessary and place the funds received from the sale into a specified account, such as sale on fire trucks. Funds will be placed into the fire apparatus reserve account, etc. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
So moved.
Moved and
Second.
seconded. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 17 carries. Article 18, to see if the town will vote to authorize the municipal officers to make final determinations regarding the closing or opening of roads to winter maintenance pursuant to 23 MRSA subsection 2953. All those in favor? I'm sorry. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? We'll proceed to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 18 carries. Article 19, to see if the town will vote to accept and appropriate all building permit fees and 75% of the plumbing permit fees collected by the building and plumbing inspector. The remaining 25% of the plumbing permit fees to be sent to the state treasurer. Municipal officers recommend to do so. You can find the amount of fees collected on page 36. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 19 carries. Article 20, to see if the town will vote to authorize the municipal officers to raise and appropriate $10,000 as they deem advisable to meet unanticipated expenses and emergencies that occur during calendar year 2025. Funds to be taken from the undesignated fund balance account. Municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate $10,000 from the undesignated fund balance. You can find this on page 23. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 20 carries. Is there an Article 21?
This number? Like, you missed a number. No, misnumbered. No one caught it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. As long as it's like that in the town report, I'm comfortable with proceeding. Article 22, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $82,782 for the following town office operations and professional services in combination with any revenues received for legal, planning board, and appeals board. Municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate $82,782 with revenues received from the planning board, appeals board, and any legal reimbursements. Note, there is an increase in legal due to rate increases as well as increases in the town office operations for the cost increase overall. Does that mean lawyers are charging more? You can find this in the town report on pages 20, 21, 23, 28. Town report. Can I have a motion?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
What were the legal expenses involved? Went up to 14, I just wondered why.
Just curiosity if anybody could roughly break down the legal fees.
Town has ongoing legal issues. We have different disputes within the town that the town has to represent itself. Could be a dispute over appeals, zoning, so we're just defending, our board's decisions. So we've had some ongoing issues, and those expenses are costly.
Oh, and it does continue on the following page, so that's my bad. I did not see that. Yep. Any further discussion? Okay. Seeing none, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor of Article 22? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 22 carries. Article 23, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $4,200 for the purpose of paying a stipend for the planning board members in accordance with the criteria approved by municipal officers. Find this on page 21 of the town report. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, let's move to the vote. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Thank you. Article 23 carries. Article 24, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate $15,000 for the upkeep and repairs to any town-owned property. Municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate $15,000. You can find this on page 23 of the town report. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. And all those opposed? Article 24 carries. Salary articles. Article 25. See if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $20,000 for the code enforcement officer, building inspector, and plumbing inspector's combined salary, mileage, training courses, and any other miscellaneous materials or supplies needed. Municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate to $20,000, and you can find this on page 22 of the town report. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay. All those in favor? Thank you. And all those opposed? Article 25 carries. Article 26. See if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $210,100 for compensation, insurance, and benefits for town employees, unemployment funds to come from undesignated fund balance, authorize and entrusting the elected municipal officers to disperse funds appropriately in accordance with the Hiram personnel policy and appointments to positions. Municipal officers recommend to do so for compensation, insurance, and the benefits. And the breakdown is on the following page. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Go ahead, Mary Lou.
I'd like to make an amendment to this article. I would like to amend it so it reads, the funds are raised, not taken from fund balance.
So I'd like to make an amendment to this article to read to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $210,100 for compensation, insurance, benefits for town employees. Authorizing and entrusting the elected and municipal officials to disperse funds appropriately in accordance with the hiring personnel policy and appointments to positions.
Where's the change?
So these are just omitting unemployment funds to come from the undesignated fund balance.
So the amendment hasn't been seconded yet, but the amendment.
Second.
Thank you for seconding that. I'll open it up for discussion here, but just for clarification, Mary Lou would like to strike unemployment funds to come from undesignated fund balance. The rest of the article will stay the same. Does that change the amount, Mary Lou?
No.
Does not change the amount.
Question.
Go ahead.
So on the next page, the 5,000 for unemployment we'd be raising that 5,000 instead of taking it from what has been saved?
Yes. So basically, if you refer back to last year's warrant versus this year's warrant, last year we only took a smaller amount from the reserve fund in the previous article. We increased that rather than taking $5,000 for this article, $1,600 for another article. We condensed it so it was simplified the bookkeeping aspect of it. So it's really no different. We've just transferred where we're taking that amount from.
Any more discussion on this proposed amendment?
Just to clarify, it's just the 5,000 for unemployment that you want to, that's set, or is it the whole 210,000?
No, it's just the unemployment.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure
Yep.
I was clear about it.
Just deleting that one sentence where the unemployment funds will be coming from the reserve.
Any further discussion on this proposed amendment? Okay. All those in favor of the amendment proposed by Mary Lou, see a show of hands. Thank you. And those opposed? Thank you. Okay, so Article 26 has been amended with the omission of unemployment funds to come from undesignated fund balance. Any discussion? Would you? Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of Article 26 as amended? Thank you. Any opposed? Article 26 is amended, carries. Article 27, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $5,000 for the update assessing for the 2025 tax commitment. This is a written contract with a single assessor. Any unexpected funds at year end will be put into revaluation reserve account. Municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate the $5,000. See this on page 22 and 38 of the town report. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Go ahead.
What does this mean? Is you're reassessing taxes every year or something? Is this for that or?
Kind of a general question. Can someone further clarify this on?
Yeah, sure.
Karen, you never say no.
So assessing, we have property changes every year when, somebody has an addition, property change, or pulls a permit. So those properties have to be reviewed and reassessed, and that's what this assessor does. It's not continuously assessing your property.
Yeah, I know, because my taxes were raised by more than 50% last year. I have no idea.
Any further discussion on this argument? Okay, move to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Thank you. Article 27 carries. Protection articles. Article 28. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $60,000 for the following emergency response departments. Any unexpected balance at year's end will be put into a special reserve account for each department. Communications, $10,000. Hiram Fire Department, $50,000, totaling $60,000. Municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate this total. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Sorry.
That's okay.
This is another general question. The communications, is that the county, our share of the county dispatch?
Any further discussion? We'll move to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 28 carries. Article 29, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $6,000 for the purpose of paying a stipend to volunteer firefighters in both the fire departments in accordance with criteria approved by the fire chief and municipal officers. Well, municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate this sum. You can find this on page 24 of the town report. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 29 carries. Article 30, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $23,700 for the town utilities as follows. Hydrants, $16,500. Streetlights, $7,200, totaling $23,700. Municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate this sum. This is on page 25 of the town report. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Somebody has a question? Okay. All right, let's move to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 30 carries. Article 31, to see if the town will vote to authorize a new reserve account, a new reserve fund for
for SCBA tax by authorizing the transfer of $6,000 from the Hiram Fire Department special fund to create the SCBA reserve account. Future funding will be raised at town meeting. Municipal officers recommend to authorize the new SCBA reserve account. Page 39 for the special fund balance. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none? All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 31 carries. Health and sanitation articles. Article 32. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $4,000, which includes reimbursement from the state for general assistance account. Municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate $4,000. You find this on page 27. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 32 carries. Article 33, see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $162,698 for the following solid waste accounts. $147,698 for the solid waste account, $15,000 for the Tri-Town Waste Reserve, totaling $162,698. The municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate this sum. You can find this on page 28 and 37 of the town report. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Article 33 carries. We would like to take a quick break so people can, we're moving pretty fast this morning. We want to do the Spirit of America award presentation, and we want to make sure everybody has a chance to grab some coffee and food too. So I'd like to take just a quick break at this time, and then we'll come back and finish up and get you home. Thank you. We'll be at ease.
Sylvia, do you want to come up and receive your award? Sylvia and I got a chance to chat on the phone the other day, just to let you know that. Sylvia and I got a chance to chat on the phone the other day, just to let her know that this award was coming her way. We're very, very proud and honored to have her serve the Hiram community so well for so long in so many different roles and capacities at town level, school level, and community. So thank you very much for your support of our community.
Thank you very much, I'm honored, and I'm glad she called me ahead of time, because I told her I'd be crying, so thank you.
We both would have been, let's be honest.
Can I get the two male selectmen on either side of the ladies, and we can get a nice group photo? My knees are not as good as they used to be. Thank you.
Sorry, just one more housekeeping item. As we move into road articles, I just wanted to remind everybody that we've changed our process here in the town of Hiram. We've moved from an elected road commissioner position, where Greg Soria's held it, I think, since 2007, to an appointed position. We advertised for road commissioner applicants, and we received, I think, 4 or 5 really good applicants. We interviewed 2. Ultimately, we agreed to appoint Kyle Estes as our road commissioner for the upcoming year. Kyle, if you want to stand up, just to introduce yourself. So there'll just be a change in the process. I guess Kyle's contact info is obviously will be available on the website. But you can still reach him through the town office or any one of us. So thank you very much.
I have a question. Why was that change? We've always elected road commissioner,
Yeah, we voted as a town. We brought it to a town meeting 2 years ago when the road commissioner was last elected, and talked about a change because we knew that Greg was getting ready to make a life change, and we just thought that it would be better for our town maintenance if we had more consistent review and planning.
So is this something to do with the public works department that was voted down years ago?
No.
Overwhelmingly, and then
No.
you're just trying to
In fact,
slide it
it's-
in still?
No, in fact, it's exactly the opposite of that. It's moving it back to hired with their own equipment, not town equipment. So it's we're trying to uphold the overwhelming majority of taxpayers that didn't want to support public works, so that we're not trying to grow public works, we're trying to outsource it.
Okay, I was just wondering, thank you. I missed it, all the COVID thing, and I just went hibernated.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, let's finish up. Looks like the sun's starting to poke its head out there, so and appropriately we'll be moving to road articles. Article 34, to see if the town will authorize the municipal officers to enter into an extension of the current winter road contracts for a period of not more than 3 years for the purpose of providing winter road maintenance on such terms as they deem to be in the town's best interest. Municipal officers recommend to do so. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 34 carries. Article 35, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $709,000 for the purpose of road work within the town as follows. General road and paving, $325,000. Winter road, $384,000. Totaling $709,000. Municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate that sum. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
I'd just like to say something on this. Kenny and Dana on the file contracts for the next 3 years. They honored their price from 2024 for the next 3 years. So they are doing it for the same price, and we'd like to thank them for that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think they're doing a very good job. I'm very pleased with the way the roads are being maintained.
Any further discussion? Okay, seeing none, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 35 carries. Article 36, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $300,000 from fund balance to redo a section of New Settlement Road voted on in 2024, but did not start the project then. Municipal officers recommended to do so. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none? Oh, go ahead. Hold on one second.
Two questions, really. The first is, so this is in addition to the $325,000 for general paving, and is there any cost sharing from the state?
So I think Mary should take the cost sharing question.
No, it's a town road, so town roads do not receive any state cost sharing, other than we can appropriate some of the local roads that we do get approximately $52,000 from the state each year that goes through.
And there was one other question, I think.
Just, assuming it's in addition to the 300.
In addition to the $325,000 for general paving?
It is.
Did we get a bid for this, or you just throw a number hoping this is what we can do it for?
Is there a bid?
Good question, Perry. We definitely put the job out to bid in advance of this town meeting so that we weren't guessing. We received 3 bids in response to our request. The lowest bidder withdrew eventually because they were very low, and come to find out they made an error in their bid. And the second bidder was W.L. Sturgeon in Cornish, and the third bidder was PYST's in Baldwin. So we haven't received the official withdraw motion from the low bidder. We expect that probably Monday. That will let the select board take the action to reverse, the low bid intent to award to the low bidder. We'll do that in the coming month of March, and then formally award it to W.L. Sturgeon. The plan is to not do the work actually until August when it's nice and dry. The paving company that they've got lined up that bid it is All States from Limerick, and they're busy on state projects for the whole month of July and August working with the state, so they won't be available until end of September. So W.L. Sturgeon's plan is to start it and do it all at one time so that we're not traveling over gravelled roads in the interim. So by October, the project should be wrapped up. Yes.
Go ahead.
So putting my principal hat on here, I'm wondering about bus transportation with a road project in September. Are they anticipating this is going to be going into the school year? And did you discuss that on the select board?
Yeah, certainly the contractor would anticipate that road being travelable at all times. It's a 2-lane road, and they know that they have to keep it open. There's no intent to shut it down.
I still don't think I heard the final tally for the bid. Are you able to disclose that at this point?
So we have a budgeted amount of $300,000 for this job. The bids came in slightly higher than that. We think that part of the $325,000 for general roads and paving can be allocated to this project so that we shouldn't have to raise any more money or take any more money from overlay. It will depend on how we do through the summer for road maintenance and that budget, but if anything, we're never going to go over what that bid was. If anything, we'll reduce the scope of work to meet the budget available.
Any further discussion? Okay, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Thank you. Article 36 carries. Cemeteries, parks, recreational, and any other town department articles. Article 37, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $7,800 for the care of cemeteries and the restoration and maintenance of outlying cemeteries where veterans are buried, per MRSA 1964, Chapter 58, Section 3. Any unexpended balance at year end in the outlying cemetery account will be put into the outlying cemetery reserve account. Accounts as follows, totaling $7,800. Municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate this sum. Find this on page 30 and 38 of the town report. Can I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Oh, wait.
Let's get to Sally first. Hold on 1 second.
Just a minor point, the cemetery spelled T-A-R-E should be the Tar Cemetery, T-A-R-R.
Is that the correct site for the law? When I look at chapter 58, it has to do with fairness and employment for personnel.
It's been there forever, Bob, so I don't know. It's nothing I changed from last year.
All right.
So it may have changed. I'll look into it.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor? All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 37 carries. Article 38, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $3,000 for the park upkeep memorial service, and the balance in park upkeep memorial services will be put into the Parks and Recreational Special Fund, formerly referred to as Recreational Land Reserve Fund. The municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate the sum of $3,000. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 38 carries. Article 39, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of up to $1,500 from Parks and Recreation, formerly referred to as the Recreational Land Use Fund, to purchase signage for the Sawmill Park and Mount Carmel. Municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate $1,500. Page 37 has the fund information. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, let's proceed to a vote. All those in favor? Thank you. And all those opposed? Article 39 carries. Reserve account articles. Article 40, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $53,500 for the following reserve accounts. capital improvement, road reconstruction, building maintenance, fire apparatus, and revaluation. Municipal officers recommend to raise and appropriate $53,500. You can find this on page 37. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Yes, Barry.
How come there's 10,000 increase in the fire apparatus?
So just to put in perspective what a new piece of fire apparatus will cost. In 2008, we bought a new truck for East Hiram Fire Department. It was a little over $300,000. That identical truck today is $850,000. So if you're not preparing by putting a substantial amount away every year, if something were to happen and we did need to buy a new truck, it's going to be a big hit up front. So we feel that we should have a good reserve account and lessen the blow as we can to try to make it easiest on the taxpayers. But as a note, the fire department did get a grant for a new tank truck through FEMA. And that truck, just being a tank truck, is a little over $500,000. So, but that'll come at a 5% cost to the taxpayers, and the government will cover the other 95%. So, good news on that front.
Mary?
I just want to add to what Eric said. So we also reallocated that. If you look at last year's budget, this is not increasing that article at all, Perry. It's reallocating because we used to raise the $10,000 for the public works, and we omitted that because we're moving away from creating a public works fund. And so there is no increase. It's just move that $10,000 from public works to the fire apparatus.
Eric, can you just review the vintage of our fire apparatus so folks know?
So currently, our two main trucks is one is a 2006 and one is a 2008. Those are the two newest. Our next engine is a 1981 gas job, carbureted, underpowered from the day it was bought. So these days it's just a backup truck if needed. We have the tank trucks we currently have are old surplus military 5 tons, and those were refurbished in like 1972. So again, that's when they were refurbished. So we do have a little bit of an aging fleet. The addition of a new tank truck will be great, a lot more user-friendly, driver-friendly, hold more water, and be a lot safer vehicle to drive. So, but we do have an aging fleet that's not uncommon to the area. Most departments around here have trucks from the early 2000s. So,
Any further discussion?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Proceed to a vote on Article 40. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Article 40 carries. Like we're getting at everybody's favorite article of the day, I would like to remind everybody that there's still plenty of food and drink over there. Please support them. And, Article 41 is like a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. The article is not debatable. All those in favor? Thank you. All those opposed? Thank you. So have a good weekend, everybody. Thanks for coming to the town meeting this year.